I've been so far in my journey with my characters. So I'm just kind of just reliving my, my past experience. So generally what I find, the nasolabial goes from the top of the inside of the nostril down pretty close to the side of the mouth, which is more or less where I'm bringing it. Now what I'm paying attention to here, I'm paying attention to just parallel lines. These parallel lines here are just going to represent my topology, and I'm going to need at least 2 lines to define an area and a third one to help support it. So these 3 lines more or less is where my new nasolabial or laugh line is going to be. So I'm just going to go and just go whoop and just kind of start straightening this out a little bit. Okay, so just kind of bringing that up. So these guys, I'm just going to go and just kind of blow these away. And I'm going to bring this down to here if my oh, it did. I usually strike out on that one. Bring that down here. Now, a lot of this topology that I have is going to end up changing. More or less, I'm going to have a lot of loops coming from here, wrapping around the eyeball or the eye socket area to support the where the cheek area is, the cheekbone area is. I find that I have a lot of geometry coming from the eyes into the mouth. It's just what I usually find being the case a lot of the time. I'm just going to bring this down to here. And delete. Just going to just smooth this out a little bit. And I also find that I tend to jump around a lot. That's just the way I think. So trying to hold a conversation with me really can be difficult sometimes. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring this down here. I'm just looking at this line. And I like the fact that it's coming in and going into the mouth. And this line looks like it'd be a nice companion to this one, kind of parallel and coming down into here. So let's go into there. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of bring this up a bit, and then these lines, I'm gonna continue these lines over this way, probably looping around the head, but I'm not sure, so I'm just gonna leave them there. This may just continue up into this way. I'll just leave it there for now. This one over here. Okay. So just kind of delete that. Sometimes if I find an area that may be a little confusing to me, I'll just go and just delete all of the edges in that area. So I'm just going to grow my selection, shift period, and just kind of get rid of that. This I'm looking, and I'm going to want to make sure the parallel lines just go across. So I'm going to grab these guys and just kind of collapse them, just kind of closing that loop. So basically taking these edges, it's going to connect this topology here and that one there, just kind of make it one clean loop across. Okay, so this, I'm looking to have more of a, more of this coming across this way instead of having it come down, because if I were to grab an edge ring, it's just going to go straight down this way, and I'd prefer it to come up and across. So I'm just going to grab these two edges and just connect them together. And just continue the trend. Connect those together and connect these together. So we can see that this line is becoming prominent. So I have this line's becoming a major line. So I'm going to want other lines. If I'm happy with this line, I'm going to want other lines to kind of mirror that at some point. So I'm going to take this and just kind of bring it up. So that's one side, and I'll just kind of mirror it from this side as well. Okay, looks like it's time for some kind of smoothing this out. I'm looking at this line here, and it's going straight down into the ear. I'm gonna, just for me, I'm just gonna want this to go up, probably connecting into this loop, and then what's probably gonna end up happening, this loop will probably end up going that way. Let's get rid of that guy. So I'm getting more structure in the cheekbone area here. I'm liking it. This I'm gonna need just some more work, but you can see that the topologies are coming up this way. Some areas that I'd probably work with are the brow. One of the most generally when I'm working, I find that there are a couple areas that I make sure that that I have. One of them is this is the cheekbone area. Just for whatever reason, I just feel more comfortable making sure that I have my loops coming around to help support that area. And the second, one of the other areas I like to focus on is the bridge of the nose. I don't know why, but I just do. So I like to make sure that I have parallel lines coming up following the brow, and then these guys I'm just going to go and just kind of separate them. So these guys, I can come here, just bring that across, bring that across. Oh, look like I screwed something up. See if I can clean that up. Bam. Nope. Alright. Collapse should fix that. Boom. Cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of work that out, and this guy I'm gonna make sure it comes across. And delete that. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna kind of clear this area up a little bit.